Muslim polity in this country never modernized, right? Since 1857, when there was a loss of power, where, 1857, correctly or wrongly, was blamed on the Muslims, who were disproportionately targeted for collective punishment after that. What happened is that you had this sort of feudal structure continue, where, the Sunnis as a ruling class effectively are, even today, the absolute bottom of the ladder in income terms. You look at Shias, Ismailis, Khojas, all of them, they are somewhere near the top. They have a per capita income higher than Hindus in this country. The Sunnis are at the bottom of the ladder. Why? Because the kind of societal control that they experienced before being in rule was never changed. And so, there was an actual prevention of modernization of that community. There were attempts like Aligarh Muslim University and things like that. The issue was, who was getting educated at Aligarh Muslim University? It was, the children of those same feudal lords and whatever have you, given a patina of sophistication out there, in addition to lots of other places as well. So what happened was, you essentially threw the Muslim community to the wolves. And the way India functions is that we will not interfere in the internal workings of a community. So that is how the community has functioned all this while. Ever since independence, this is not new. The leaders of the community use their community as cannon fodder, all right, to get whatever political, that is how the political negotiation happens. So if you look at the creation of Pakistan, Direct Action Day, what Surawardi or Jinnah or any of them did, was essentially using their own community as cannon fodder to get political concessions onto the table. And that has kind of been, I don't know how it's changed in Bangladesh and Pakistan, where I do, but that's a different matter. But in India, what's happened is violence then becomes the language of political negotiation. Before, what used to happen was, in the pre-social media age, if you look at the Congress rule, you will find the most horrific riots against Muslims have been during the Congress period. Because what used to happen was, every time they used to feel that the leaders were getting too ahead of themselves, invariably a communal riot would happen, which would kind of control the population. Right. What you've seen under this government is the refusal both to use state power and a refusal to use riots as a tool of policy, which means your responses are diminished, but the causal factors remain the same. So what ends up happening is, you essentially have the same negotiating process happening with the provocations, but it's not allowed to flare into riots because you aren't using the normal tactics that you used to. It does happen sometimes, like we saw during the Delhi riots and things like that. But remember, those are sporadic episodes. If this government used the kind of tactics the Congress used, you would have riots like you haven't seen before in this country. Now, how do you get past this? Because understand, the Sunni community in India is double victimized. Okay. One is that they're exploited by their leaders on the one hand for this kind of thing. And then the so-called secular parties victimize them again because they've been thrown to the wolves with absolutely no ability to come out of it. Yeah. So what do you do in this case? Right? The response has to be organic from within the community, because we can't go around shoving things down other people's throats. That is not how Dharma Nirpeksha or Panth Nirpeksha works. Right. Had this been France, if you have a laissez-faire style approach to secularism, yes, you could. But we don't. And when we do it, we're not very good at doing it either.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.